Hey. Hey, welcome to a sad little happy place. I'm in the parking lot of Burger King. Oh, man. God, whatever. I'm pretty depressed right now. Wah, wah, wah. People walking by. Yesterday was the 22nd anniversary of my wife and I getting married. And the day before, well, she hasn't spoken to me in 2 months, or, like really spoken to me. It's just informational texts or very minimal kind of angry in-person things, very short, just about the kids. I guess she's done with me. I feel differently. I feel differently. Today's her birthday. We got 22 years ago. Yesterday we got married, and then her birthday was the next day. I'm just so I don't know. I just she celebrated with the kids yesterday while I was at work. I was working all day. I work a double on Sundays, and my car's in the way. I gotta move it. Just gotta move it up a little bit. I think it's blocking the people that are trying to. She's turning 44 today, so it means that she's been with me for half her life, and she's not happy about that. Yeah, so I'm just not, it just, I took the kids to school this morning, and they were talking about, sorry, somebody else is walking by. Can't wait to get to a place where talking, yeah, so, I just had this idea at work, like, well, she doesn't want to have anything to do with me, but, I need to do something for her birthday, and so I messaged the kids and said, be sure to write her a card or think of something to do yesterday, and then, they're like, okay, Dad, and then, I was just thinking, like, I could talk her into us all going out to eat or something tonight. I don't know. And then get her something. But the kids got in the car this morning and took them to school, and I was like, well, what did you guys do yesterday? And they had a birthday celebration yesterday for her, and with a cake and candle at a restaurant. It was just it's hard for me to. It just kind of. I guess I just wasn't expecting that. It made me feel like, wow, I'm cut out of, all these things that, I enjoyed being a part of. And we did have a discussion a couple days ago on Saturday, where she was talking about us splitting up the hard way or the easy way. Thank you. Alright, I'm gonna drive somewhere else in the parking lot. Let's see here. Where can I go? I'm not at the usual Burger King that I usually go to. I'm at a different one. Well, my usual spot. I like to, don't block me. I'm coming. Don't block me. Okay, thank you. My usual spot is just right alongside the Burger King. So I'm gonna do that. It's cool here today. It's 62 degrees. I like it cooler. The sun is it's pretty cloudy, but the sun's trying to come out. I hope it doesn't come out too much. I fucking hate it. All right, shut this off. we have an 8-year-old, and I just don't. I've been around the kids every day of their lives. I mean, I've been kind of Mr. Mom. From when or after they're born, we breastfed, but then pumped breast milk, and I got up in the middle of the night. It'd be the middle of the night. Breast milk bottle guy, and get up first thing with them in the morning, get their bottle or whatever, just kind of take care of them and food. And when they got old enough, going to school. Just a real hands-on. I've been with them every day, and I guess you could say I guess I feel codependent with my children, which maybe is maybe somebody would say that's not healthy. I just can't imagine. Like I just don't. I know that there's I guess the American way for like the typical father in a relationship is that the father is just kind of like classically disconnected from the children in a way that the mother's not. And so when things go poorly in a relationship, it's just like, oh, well, I'm the guy. I got to get out of here. I got to hit the eject button for myself. Doing, I'm gone. Yep. Man, I love my kids. Miss my kids. God, yeah, it kills me. I think, love them so much, but yeah, I just see them every other weekend. That just doesn't. I've just spent every day with them, and then they go to school, and of course they're at school once they get to that age, but I guess I'm just really, that's the only way I know is having an attachment to that routine. And now, it's because I'm I'm looking at being faced with being somewhere else, not tomorrow, but that's at some point, I guess, maybe generously in the next year, or conservatively in the next few months, a couple of months, I don't know, depending on how things go. Just not being with them for like a week. Like, hey, I live somewhere else, and my kids are there. I don't do the tuck-in routine with the little one. Don't wake her up for school. don't get her snacks, you know. That just doesn't, I don't want that to make sense to me. You know, I mean, okay, I was a bad husband, you know, let's say that. I'll say it. But now it's like, I'm a criminal. Just, you know, losing my rights. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to fight my wife. I don't want to make her life harder. You know, I mean, it's. I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with balancing. You know, it's like, oh, my being in the house is making you miserable, ruining your life. You're my best friend, and I've lost that, and um, and now, you know, I'm just a person with a clear target painted on my back, and you know, not in a good position whatsoever. So it's just very easy to just. I mean, I don't want to make anybody's. I mean, it's like I've made somebody's life a living hell. Apparently, not apparently. I don't want to be talk flippantly about that. I don't want to discount her feelings. I'm not just a completely innocent victim. I don't want to. I mean, I was talking to a guy at work yesterday. Just we were kind of opening up about stuff, and he was opening up about stuff and he said he's been in therapy for 5 years, and he said just, you know, that his therapist says, well, just for, you know, he has some serious stuff going on, and his therapist is just tells him, hey, you know, just find something you love to do and do it. What I love to do is I love to be with my kids every day. You know, even though my teenagers have moved on and they don't want to talk to me, and they're annoyed with me, and, you know, just the usual stuff, you know. But my 8-year-old, she's, I just feel joined at the hip with her, you know. I just feel, you know, I mean, she's just my little buddy, and my wife saw me right now. I'm tearing up by the glasses here. She'd say that I'm crying for myself, and, you know, I don't, because I'm selfish. I don't want to discount that. I mean, I'm sure that there's something to that. You know, I'm a narcissist, I'm a psychopath, you know, whatever. Can't eliminate the possibility that I am just like crying for myself. But, you know, that's how I feel. I feel very attached, and just thinking like, man, if I'm ejected from this situation, and just thinking about my 8-year-old, just, you know, that I'm, you know, she's in the house for 10 more years before she goes off to college, if there's even college exists at that point. It's like what, I just can't imagine it. I just cannot imagine not being there with her. Even my other daughter's, she's about to be 15. You know, I mean, I don't want it to make sense. Yeah, look around, buddy. This happens every day. I work with people who are divorced, you know, or separated, you know, and they don't live with, you know, I say, yeah, I see my kid every other weekend. Yeah, the love of my life. Love my kids. Yeah, they're so great. God, best time spend great time with him every other weekend, or whatever, whatever it is, whatever the visitation thing is. I mean, my wife is, I mean, she was, saying stuff like, uh, she doesn't want to be crazy about visitation or put limits on it. She's not trying to get custody. There's not that kind of talk. I mean, she's, I mean, within the framework of her potentially hating my guts, she's very cool, being very cool. I mean, if you understand what I'm saying. So there's not that. I mean, I don't feel like that's not a desire that she has, is to have, for there to be like a psycho custody battle. I mean, she knows the kids have an attachment to me. I just, I'm a fucking 52-year-old loser who is a server. I'm a server still. I tried to have a business and it went to complete shit, and I still owe people like basically somewhere between 15 and 20 grand worth of material product that I haven't delivered yet 6 years later from the pandemic. So that's worthless. That and I was back to being a server, which I'm fine with. That's the problem, is that I guess I'm just a fucking, I feel like I'm a bum at heart. I mean, I don't, I care about money as far as it's necessary, and, I guess it feels good to have it, but I just don't, I have no desire to have a nice car or live in a nice house. And, that's part of my problem. That's part of my problem, is that I don't fit the standard American dream. I just have to, I just feel there's a pressure to just say, like, yes, this is I am the problem. I need to understand that I I mean, but it boils down to, just like, you love who you love, or you believe what you believe, I mean, you can try to brainwash yourself, I guess, and come up with a new mantra. But, I guess I didn't, I mean, man, I mean, I'm being faced with the thought that I have not sacrificed anything for my kids and my family. I don't want to believe that. How things got after the pandemic has not fared well for somebody like me. Well, these are just loose thoughts. I don't know I don't know what point I'm cruising toward here, but I'm mainly just sad that I've just lost, I've lost my best friend, she's saying, well, if ultimately this goes well, then, there's more potential for us being friends than if I make it difficult. Oh, I meant to go back to this guy at work I was kind of opening up to. He said his therapist says, do what you do. Do what makes you happy every day. So what makes me happy is being around my kids. And so, that's just kind of what I've been doing, is just digging my heels in to just being at this house where don't feel welcome. And I can't call it my home, even though I've lived there at this particular location for 4 years. I'm not welcome. I'm like a rat that is just making the place dirty. And I'm like, it's like I'm envisioning myself like, oh, I'm Ratatouille over here. I'm a cute rat. I want to be your friend. I want to have a relationship. I want to be a part of the gang. It's like, no, you're just a rat. You're just a dirty rat and we just haven't figured out how to get rid of you yet. So, I'm just like digging my heels in with staying there, avoiding all this talk, not staying where I'm not welcome, not voluntarily leaving. And it's just, it's just weird. It's just like this. It's like I'm, I'm sitting on a bomb, it has like several fuses going to it. There's like lots of fuses and of different lengths, and I don't know which one's going to burn the fastest to get there. But I'm just enjoying. Maybe that's a Freudian slip. I'm enjoying being in the same house as my kids and my wife, who, I'd say now it feels weird. It feels weird to say my wife now, because she would not say that. She wouldn't want me to say it. But it's her birthday today, and I love her. She would say, "No, you don't," and have this reason and that reason, and of why I don't love her. And she's really very persuasive, and she would make a compelling argument, and to where I would want to believe what she's saying, or try to understand what she's saying. But I just can't help the thought that I do love her, and I wish her a happy birthday today. And I hope me being out of the house for a little bit gives her, some peace or something. I don't. Anyway, I got it. This burger's cold by now. I'm gonna shut up. Yeah, poor me. I don't. I can't. I get hit with the bomb of like, oh, we celebrated Mom's birthday yesterday already. We don't need to worry about it today. My kid's telling me, and then it's just like it just like hits me emotionally, and then I have the thought of that's being what she's told me, which is don't show sadness or anything to the children. So I don't know. I'm just the kind of person that I have a hard time not doing that, putting on a fake face. A really hard time doing that. And so it's like, okay, so you got a target on your back. You look bad in everybody's eyes. Your name is not attached to the house title. So, no matter what has happened, you're going to look bad. Anything, you're a server, you're 52 years old, you're basically, anyone would consider you a loser. You haven't sacrificed for your family. But don't show it. You don't deserve the right to be sad about this. She said, you were a bad husband, and because of that, this is you. I've made this myself. I've brought this on myself, and so I don't deserve to, feel sad. I just need to cover it up. Anyway, let's see. Okay, let's see here. These fries look. That looks like a Golden Crunch. Holy shit. That is a good fucking Golden Crunch. Wow. No salt in sight or taste. I don't detect any salt. Wow. Thank you, Burger King. Burger King, take me away. Man. Alright, let's do see if we have any bag fries. No bag fries. Actually, there were some. I think yeah, I realized while I was talking, I was putting them there. Oh, yeah, we got some rogue lettuce. Rogue lettuce all over the place. Love it. Oh, you know what? These Impossible Whopper went up $1. So now it's not $9.10 anymore. It's 10. It's like $10.50 for tax. It's getting worse. Everything's getting worse. But you got a Golden Crunch and good rogue lettuce. Man, this is good. Yeah, it seems a little extra good. Maybe it's because I feel extra bad. But no, it seems like it's got some good extra flavor there. Alright, I gotta be done. Sorry for the long video. See ya next time.